welcome back. We all here today. Bridge Masters once again bringing you live feed to feed the views and look at the news. Because what's in the news today? Dove soap. So here's the title of our podcast for today. Don't drop the Dove soap just yet. I'm hosting Air Max live on it with DJ L Spade and Sean P. Oh, go ahead, everybody. What y'all been up to?
Not much, you know.
I mean, you went to homecoming, didn't you?
Yeah, I went to homecoming.
If y'all don't know, we all went to the same great country ass school, University of Tennessee at Martin. I mean, it's country as hell, man. We all went there. That's the
Well,
common connection.
well, you old, Marcus. You went there when they were the Pacers. We went there when they were the Skyhawks.
Oh man,
What does
man.
a pacer do? I mean, don't
A
get me wrong.
pacer's a horse, man.
I understand pacers. They
What
like.
the hell's a skyhawk? The mythological creature that flies over UT Martin? Like, what's it? A
Yeah.
skyhawk.
It's better than a ocean hawk or a land hawk. It's a
Actually,
skyhawk.
landhawk
Hey.
sound pretty dope.
Hey, we could have been the UT Martin Seahawks.
Oh,
Yeah.
they do have seahawks, huh? That
Yeah.
changes everything.
Yeah.
Or
Anyways-
seahorses. If they want
Anyways,
to keep it with the Pacers and horse.
Seahorse.
who wants to open up the discussion?
I feel like Sean hasn't been here, so he should do it.
Well, here's the thing. I'm gonna withhold my discussion because, to be real, there was no Asian person in the ad, so I feel as if I'm just left out of the conversation.
That's
So
stupid.
I'm gonna be reserved for now. No, I'm gonna join in afterwards, but I want to hear what you guys think. Being that DJ L Spade, you are a person of I don't know how to politically correct say this. You're black, and Sean is black and Hispanic.
Well,
let's go.
according to someone, I'm not black.
Are you not?
According to
What
somebody,
are you? What
I'm
are
black
you
and
then?
Hispanic. I'm black and Hispanic. But
So, I
according
mean-
to someone, they said I'm not black.
Okay, this is the problem I have with black, and that's going to be one of my points I made. Black is this big amorphous term that nobody really knows what it is. It's like, even white. It's like, how do you become white? Because at one point, the Irish wasn't considered white. But they became white, and then they got extended all the privileges that comes with being white. So it's like one of those things where nobody knows what black is. Nobody knows what white is. It's this big amorphous term. It's just like, we know when we see it. And that's
You
the thing.
know
It's
when
like...
we see it.
And that's the thing with Sean. It's like, and he's a good example. Like, well, he's light skinned. He can't be black, can he? I mean,
Okay,
dead
hold on. Let's
black.
back up
black.
real quick. One second. I want to back up 1 second. What does amorphous mean?
Amorphous. Amorphous. It's like a big general term. Like nobody knows what it means. It keeps changing. It'll change to fit
Okay.
your.
I see what you're saying.
You know, like
argument.
animals.
Yeah,
Okay,
like
I got
animorphs.
I
Amorphs.
got you. I got it.
Like morphing Power Rangers.
I got you. So basically, amorphous means it's without form. So
Yeah.
it's constantly changing and moving. I got you.
To fit whatever argument you're trying to make. So Sean can be black when you're trying to cut him out of shit, but then you trying to make another point where you're not even black. It's like, bro, what am I?
It's kind of like one of those things being biracial, and you can speak on it, Sean. It's like you're either A, not black enough, or B, you're not Hispanic enough, and you're always kind of in the middle. So what am I? Right?
Yeah.
Like,
I didn't know if that was a question for me or not. I was like,
what
yeah.
you said.
Yeah. I mean, and I can speak to this because I'm actually in what you would consider a mixed race family now, and for as long as I'm a part of this family, that's just going to be part of culture. And the thing is, I don't look at it as
Hey, planning a divorce as long as I'm
No.
apart. Yeah.
I'm saying,
all right,
no, I ain't plan. You don't plan for those things. But what I'm saying is it's just like I look at my family as like this is my family. I don't look at it as well. I married this type of person, or I only love her because she looks like this. It's not like that. It's just we're just people. But that's a different conversation. Let's get back
we're
on
just
topic.
ordinary people. We don't know-
Man, you beat me to it.
Oh, then can somebody hit the John Legend? Ooh.
That man cannot sing. Anyway, that's another topic.
Okay, Jashawn, just because you light skinned and John Legend light skinned, don't mean y'all have the same talents.
Hey, it's racist.
John Legend has no talent. The man can't sing.
Speaking of being racist, that is a great segue. Was the ad racist? I showed it to you guys in the beginning. I let you guys see it in its entirety. So now let's talk about it. Did Dove soap drop the ball, or should we just be focused on making sure that we wash the balls?
Always.
Insect.
Scrotums. No, here's the thing about Dove soap, man. I watched the ad, and I honestly had to find where I was supposed to be offended at. I was literally looking. Where am I supposed to be offended? I mean, now the ad itself is stupid. Let me say, I don't get the mark they was trying to hit. I don't know like what they was trying to convey, but it was stupid as a mug. But offended, not so much. What you think, Sean?
Well, some people they try to compare it to Michael Jackson's Black or White video.
That's what I thought. Black and white videos, like people were changing colors then. So like, I don't get like why am I offended by this?
Well, I was able to see some of the points that people were making on Facebook and such, and
I didn't see no points.
this was what was shared in regards to the history of which Dove soap or soap manufacturers have been marketing in the past. So
Yeah,
early in the
because they
20th
looked at the
century,
history.
right? So this is like kind of the basically what people are comparing it to, and to me, I can understand what is being the insensitivity that was being brought up with the ad. So earlier in the 20th century or 19th century, whenever soap manufacturers were to advertise, they were trying to make it seem as if being black meant being dirty, and that soap could cure you of being dirty, and in this sense, blackness. And this ad was just kind of what's the term? You know what I mean? Just trying to
Reinforcing the
Hell
negative
no,
reinforcing
about
stereotype.
that
that.
stereotype.
About that top right, the chick, all she's doing is cleaning clothes.
The chick.
Let's not
And
get
to
into
my,
specifics of the thing.
and
This
to
is just a picture.
no. We looking at the picture wise, talking about it in the past. Yeah, no, top right, she's just cleaning clothes.
Okay, it's
Right.
reach. It's a reach. Now, if you went from here to say this is the reason why you was offended, it's kind of a reach, and this is kind of unfair fair standard for Black people because everything in the conception of American history started off racist. Everything. It's nothing that it's like unless we leave this place, it's always gonna be some kind of racist connection to anything in America. That's just the standard we have. So it's a reach to go to this. Well, this is what I thought when I saw this soap. Did you really know about this picture when you saw that ad? I mean, did you? Did you? Come
Yeah,
on.
well, let's not make it seem as if you have to be aware of racism as it happens in order to be offended about it later on. I mean, you know, growing up, never knew the connotation that somebody being called a boy or girl could have
Right.
on my peers until they really just explained it to me. And I remember distinctively in growing up, one of my classmates, she brought it up in class. She said that she was really distraught. She was like she was working at a Subway, and that one of the customers walks in and was like called her a girl, and she like was really upset about that. And I did not understand. I've never understood what that meant because I just moved from like California or something like that. And so whenever she explained it to me, I was like, oh my goodness, I can see how that could be upsetting. And for
Well,
me,
see,
now that when I hear that term be brought up, I'm always critical of how is a person saying that, right? And it's like what do they mean by that? Because I didn't know about it before as being a racist term, but now that I'm aware of it, I can still acknowledge that it could have been racist, or even this ad
oh,
in particular.
what's a racist term?
If you call somebody a boy or a girl,
Depending on the context, yeah, the context,
yeah.
boy or girl, it could be racist. But back to the soap, man. I mean, all right, if you're
Well, see,
saying
hold
this is
on,
what
wait.
you got, I'm sorry, go ahead, man.
I'm sorry. But Cook's Lightning Soap. That's not even Dove. That's
No, it's,
exactly what it is.
Well,
Cook
we're just looking
Lightning
at the
Soap.
soap
But I'm
marketing,
saying,
I guess, history in
what
itself.
I'm getting out on this one, like man, that's a reach.
it is. It's a
That
reach. It's so reach.
all the past things they're talking about with soap wise, it's a huge reach.
Okay, it's like you're looking at this soap and you're saying to yourself, like, okay, in the ad, the Dove ad, you had a black woman that transitioned to a white woman, and then right after the white woman transitioned back to a person of color. So how are you getting like this from that? So
Because
the soap,
people,
the soap makes you black, right? Then it turns white. Then you turn back dark. Is that what the soap does? I'm not getting this, man. I'm really not.
well, see, because people were just looking at the first thing they saw, that image on the bottom right, that mess has up. That's the only thing they saw.
It's not
That's
the
that.
full ad
They didn't
though.
they didn't look at the full ad. No one looked at the full ad. They seen the image and went off of that.
All right, so that'd be a good segue to the next part of the conversation. So we've kind of seen why the outrage was started to begin with. So now let's look into the context of the ad itself. Obviously, Dove has already pulled the ad and they've issued an apology. But when
That's
you look at the
stupid.
entire context of the ad that we showed in the beginning of the video, what did I mean, what does that really mean, right? I mean, like the context in itself. I mean, the context was they have skin color T-shirts. They take off the T-shirts. It reveals a different woman underneath, and it keeps going forward. So you end up getting there was a black woman, a white woman, and a person that was
It's
either a Hispanic descent or Latino or Latina.
Maybe Indian. I don't know.
Either way, it doesn't really matter. I mean, the ad is just basically saying, hey, we have soap for all skins and varieties and such. But nonetheless, they pulled the ad and they issued an apology. To me, that's just normal, business as usual, right? That you issue an apology and you pray there isn't a big backlash. But
Backlash.
the
Mhm.
but the backlash is already here.
Okay, now I will say this: Dove does have a pattern of missing the mark and being insensitive. Now, somebody got Cujo back there?
Yeah, that's my dogs. They're going
Uh,
off.
now, Dove
They
does
heard
have
they heard
a.
they heard I was talking to you, Marcus, and they started barking. I'm sorry. I
I'm
didn't
sure
that's
cat as hell. So,
I
I
didn't I
mean,
didn't train them to be that way.
no.
that's how it
They
happens.
try to. No, they thought you were close, so they were going to attack you.
That's what it was.
They
I had it
thought you were
coming.
running to freedom.
Freedom. No, but see the thing with Dove soap, where they have a pattern of being insensitive. They had one on their soap product. They had from normal skin to dark skin,
Right.
which make you ask the question: what the hell is normal skin? I mean, if
Yeah.
I was born
How
with
do you
dark
define
skin,
normal?
yeah, that's. I mean, so dark skin is not normal. So they do have a pattern of this. So I can see how people on the flip side say, "Hey, man, Dove, you've been effing up a lot. So why is this not an f up?" So, which makes me think, why would Dove even do this then? Because the ad itself is stupid. I don't get like soap from this. It's not saying, "Oh man, I need some soap." When I see this ad, I just see women taking off shirts, and the brown woman is in a brown shirt, the white woman's in a white shirt. Then the next lady, what kind of shirt she's in?
Tan.
Yeah,
See,
somewhat of a tan shirt. Yeah.
and that was stupid. Like, why can't you have the black lady in the white shirt? You know,
My
who
thing,
thought of this?
my point about this is, who cares? Are you gonna wash your balls and you're sacking your gooch? You
The
still gonna buy
gooch,
Gooch? What?
the gooch, the part between the balls and the booty hole, the gooch.
That's not what it's called.
It is called the gooch.
Let me
it
Google
is called a
this.
It's
gooch.
called you remember and UT Martin Gooch Hall? I always laugh because I'm assuming
Oh,
I'm like, man, I'm going to
S-
the gooch.
you're
Gooch
actually
building.
correct. It
It's
is
the
a
gooch.
slang term, and the official term is called the perineum, which is the area between the testicles and the anus.
The gooch,
Well,
man.
if you didn't learn anything, the gooch is located
Put that
between the
dub on your
testicles and
gooch,
the
man.
anus.
Hey, man, air it out. Go about your business. It's like, goddamn.
It is one of those kind of like, all right, if you want to say you offended, you got to kind of look for something to be offended on this one, man. I'm like, okay, me personally, it didn't hit me in such a way. I was like, oh my god, we
You
must
can't be
boycott.
offended, Marcus. You're not a woman.
That's what it is.
Those were
That's what it
women.
is. Yeah, that's
Women.
exactly what it was. He said women though. I'm
I
glad.
might say woman's.
Women. I mean, it's better than females. So I mean, I'm with
I
it.
What?
like
Oh,
a woman.
Sean, you are maturing as the podcast goes
Yeah,
on.
he's growing up, man. Little
Man,
Sean's
fuck
growing up.
that. Hey, at least I ain't saying that. Hey, you ain't a bitch, so you can't say anything about it. At least I ain't say
Here he
that.
goes, and he's back. And he's back.
And we have taken 20 steps back in our subscriber count now, which was at -0 to begin with. All right.
Hey,
All right. Well, let's go ahead and finish it off, this subject matter, and rid of some brevity. The internet has won again and is still undefeated. This is what people shared in relation to the Dove soap concern. This is a picture of the late, great Michael Jackson.
It's so appropriate because
oh
Dove
man.
changed the skins for the years.
Oh,
So, if
woo.
Dove, if you're out there listening, please hire us to be your next marketing firm. We won't
Consult us,
necessarily,
man.
we're not
This
gonna
is
necessarily
stupid.
do it for free. We'll do the
Soap
service for
love
free,
matters.
but but the first one's always free. So if you get no backlash on the first marketing campaign we help you run, the second one we're gonna charge for our services because I promise you, if you run it by us first, you will have saved yourself all this drama.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go ahead and wrap it up. Anybody got some last words? And go
So
ahead,
just
send it off.
just remember, don't drop that dove.
Duh.
Drop
Don't drop
that
that
dove.
duh. Man, that was appropriate. My last thoughts on this is people. There's a lot of stuff we need to be offended by. And there's a lot of racial connotation to almost anything that's done, and you have to be aware of that. But this one, man, was kind of an overreach, man. Let's kind of pull it back a little bit. And yeah, not saying it's not a big deal if you think it's a big deal, but it's not a big deal if you think it's a big deal. All right.
All right, so Max, go back to the picture with Michael Jackson again. All right, so what you could take away from this particular picture right here is that Dove does wonder to your hair. Look at
Really?
Exhibit A. He had the nappy hair, afro going on. You know,
I love
bam, ain't
nappy
nothing
hair.
wrong with it. Ain't nothing wrong with it. But then the Dove, it gave him all waviness and silky, curly and shit. Like,
Kermie.
my
Kermie?
curly. I said curly.
Kermie.
Man, fuck you.
The hell is Kermie, man?
Thick nuts.
What you got, Max?
So if you guys want to talk about racist, let me show you what my people did, and this is racist as hell.
It is.
So the lady's putting her clothes in the washer and dryer, and a gentleman shows up dirty, and look what she
Winked your
does.
eyes at her. He said, "Hey, bitch, how's it going?" Oh, shit.
Is
I'm
that what
finna
he
get
said?
that kung pao. I'm finna get that kung pao real quick.
Really, Sean?
That's racist.
So don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Two things can be wrong, but can we agree that this is even more wrong? So when it comes to being racist, Asians say, "Hold my beer."
Yeah, this is super racist, man.
That man
Like,
came out a full Asian person with a bowl cut and shit.